Hey guys, and welcome back to the Art of Flipping. In this series, what I'm going to be doing is only using the auction house to flip, and the goal is to reach 1000 gold in Season of Discovery. We're going to be using the groups and operations from my flipping guide and also the tips and techniques that is taught inside of it. Now, if you want to check it out yourself, it is the first link down below in the description box if you would like to start flipping and doing exactly what I'm doing. You also will get the groups and operations for TSM that you can simply import and you'll be ready to flip. The operations are set up so you never actually lose any money. It's only set up so you can post them at a profitable price every single time. So it's very beginner friendly. However, let's get right into this episode. So where we left off last episode was 134 gold. Now we have to repost all of our items. And also our goal is to spend all of this gold and reinvest it into some more flips. In this episode, we're not going to show like all the buying of every single item and everything like that. We might just stick to showing mainly the mailbox clear outs. The main goal in this episode is to do a lot of progress. So we might do it over the next few days and we'll see how much gold we can actually make. If you want to learn what items to look for and everything like that, you can go ahead and watch the previous episodes and I'll show you exactly how to do all of that. Before we get started though, there are a few things that I just want to show real quick. So we've got all the new groups if you didn't watch the last episode. So we have all the groups sorted out for Season of Discovery. So we got your BOE gear sorted out by level cap, also the materials sorted out for each phase, and then the recipes sorted out. So that is a kind of new thing. So if you already own the flipping guide for Classic and you have not got the new groups yet, go ahead and make sure that you go ahead and update and get the newest version of the flipping guide. So we had a lot of success reselling the BOE. So what I think we're going to do is we'll start off with some BOE flipping and we'll scan the BOE groups and we'll see what we can come across. Also, we'll do some scans on the phase 1 materials and also the recipes that are for phase 1 also. But we'll start off just with the BOEs. I'll spend all of the gold and then I'll go ahead and show you what we end up buying at the end. So first off, we'll just do the weapons and we'll work our way through the groups. Alrighty, so we finished up buying a few items. We still got 41 gold left over, but we brought a bunch of different items to flip. So let's go ahead and we'll grab all of these out of the mailbox. So we bought a mixture of BOE weapons and gear and then also some recipes. As you can see, the inventory is full, plus we got a bunch more of items that we brought that we need to throw up on the auction house. So what we'll do now is we'll throw everything up on the auction house so things can start selling, and then we'll try to spend the rest of the 41 gold. Here's another inventory of items that we brought, and there's the rest of the other items that we brought. So what we'll do now is we'll post everything up on the auction house and we'll check out the total worth up on the auction house. Alright, so we've got everything posted. Let's check out the total worth on the auction house. So we're sitting at 753 gold worth of items up on the auction house. So super stoked with that. We've got some really good items at the moment. So we'll see what we can sell. Alright, it's the next morning. Let's go ahead and check out what sales we got waiting in the mailbox. So we have 103 mails, just over 100 gold. Ooh, that's a nice flip right there on the Ring of Defense. Wow, 16 gold. I'm pretty sure we paid barely anything for this. Let me check. Once we get it out, it'll be in the TSM ledger. Let's go ahead and open up all of this. Is there any others that are crazy big? A few big BOEs. Let's go ahead and collect all this though. Should bring us up to around 130 gold, roughly. Alright, so 126 gold. Yeah, that actually was a really good flip. As you can see, we paid anywhere from 80 silver to 1 gold for these rings, and we resold one for 16 gold and 90 silver, which is a big profit. That's pretty much just shy of a 16 gold profit off that one flip. Super stoked with that. Also, the ledger is starting to look really good. As you can see right here, we have a bunch of items that have a lot of sales and a lot of profit. So super stoked with that. So what we'll do now is we'll spend this 126 gold on some more investments. We'll just check out the auction house total worth at the moment before we do though. So the auction house is already sitting at 329 gold and we still have 126 gold to reinvest. So we're growing super quickly. After we invest this gold, we should have at least over 500 gold worth on the auction house. maybe even more. So super stoked with that. I won't bore you with buying all the items, but basically what we'll do, we'll go ahead and we'll do the rares and the uncommons for the BOE gear and the BOE weapon. We'll see what we can find in there, then we'll check out the recipes, and then we'll do the phase 1 materials and just see if there's any materials that we can buy that are super underpriced, or any items or any materials that we can do a market reset on. But I won't bore you with going through all that. If you've been following the series, you know exactly how this works and what we're looking for. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll come back when we've got some sales or if anything interesting happens. Hey guys, we're back on the flipping character. We've been playing around with the new groups that we've just recently added to the flipping guide. So these right here are the new groups. We have it sorted out a bit different. So what we've done is we've made groups for the best BOE gear and also the best BOE weapons. We've also sorted them out by epic, rare and uncommon, and also by specific item. So items with, say, ones that are like of the eagle, that will be sorted out different to the other ones. This way we can get a much better profit on every single item. We've also added in all the different phases for the materials. So we've broke down all the materials that are worth flipping into their specific phase. So for an example, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and 4. We've also broke down the recipes in the groups to phase 1, phase 2, which is phase 1 is from 1 to 150 skill, phase 2 from 150 to 225, and then we also have the last two phases, phase 3 and 4, which is skill from 225 all the way up to 300. But mainly we've been making a lot of gold at the moment from the new groups for the BOEs. There's a bunch of BOEs in the groups now, and they've been working out really good. Like as you can tell, look at the sales that are just coming in very consistently. We've just went ahead and posted up the items. So we've been playing around with the groups a little bit, and they seem to work really well. Now they're a lot quicker to scan. Also, if you already own the flipping guide, make sure you go ahead and get the updated version of the TSM groups. They are much better than what they were, and I've highly improved them. So go ahead and make sure if you already own the flipping guide, you get the updated version. You'll get that completely for free if you already own a copy. If you want to get them yourself and you have not got the flipping guide yet, there will be a link for the flipping guide down in the description box. But let's go ahead and clear out the mailbox from the past day or so. So we'll see what sales that we have sitting in here. So we have 186 mails. Let's go ahead and open all the mails and we'll see how much gold we end up with. So we started off about 60 gold. The first 100 listings, there's 75 gold. What have we got here? A bunch of BOEs. No crazy items. They're all pretty good profit. So how the TSM operations are set up, they only will post items at a profitable price. So we're definitely making profit off all of these sales. Some you obviously make more than others. It just depends on the market at the current time. So what have we got in the leftover last few mails? Oh, we got a nice big sale there on a BOE mace for 9 gold, 60 silver. So we're going to be looking at around 150 gold roughly. What else do we have in here? A bunch of patterns and plans, some materials, but mainly the BOEs have been working really good, which are the new groups in the flipping guide. Now, what we're going to do from now on out is we're going to be focusing a lot on flipping the new BOEs. Oh, we actually have 160 gold at the moment. Super stoked with that. So these new groups right here, under the BOE gear, the pre-BIS, the best, pre-BIS and high demand items. These are some of the best items to actually flip for the biggest amount of actual gold. Same with the ones for the weapons. So we're going to do a bit of flipping focusing on these from the end of this episode and also going into the next episode. This seems to make a lot of gold for us. Also, we're going to be scanning the uncommons and the rares because yes, the uncommons do sell very well. There's a lot of really good leveling gear here inside of the uncommon groups. We've added like around 8,000 new items to the flipping groups. So there's a bunch of new items. And then also with the materials, we'll obviously be focused on the phase 1 materials because we're still in phase 1. And then with the recipes, we'll also be focusing on the phase 1 recipes that go from level 1 skill all the way up to 150 skill. Alright, so let's check out what we have currently posted up on the auction house. So we have 12 gold in sales that is coming through. We also have 388 gold worth of items listed up on the auction house. So what we're going to do is let's do some scans on the new groups. These new groups have the BIS items, the pre-BIS items, and just other items that are in high demand in phase 1 under BOEs, so BOE gear and also BOE weapons. There's a total of 492 of them up on the auction house at the moment, so we'll go ahead and we'll scan all of those and we can see if we can find some good deals. Now, another thing with the new groups, we've basically removed any items that aren't in the game at the moment, say items that are like level 50 and 60, so all of the groups scan a lot quicker. As you can see, the scan is going much quicker than what it was before. So if you are interested or were interested in getting the flipping guide and you still have not, this is the best time to do it because the groups are the most optimized they've been all the way through Season of Discovery. I've been working on them since Season of Discovery came out, and they're finally sharpened up and looking really, really good, and pretty much everything is exactly how I want it to be. Alright, the scan is complete. Let's go ahead and check out some of these items. So this is the market value right here. The lower the percent is, the better. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, so we can buy this for 30 silver and we can resell it for 5 gold. I think yes, thank you. What have we got here? Now, what we could do with this, there's a whole heap of them posted pretty cheap. The market value on this is 3 gold. So what we could do is we could buy all of these out, all the way up to 2 gold, and we could reset the price on all of them. Because we would buy every single one out, what we could do, and what the TSM operations from the flipping guide will have us post at, is 4 gold and 62 silver. So 4 gold and 62 silver each, and we're paying about 1 gold and then a couple of them for 2 gold. There's some nice profit in there, and of course this is another BIS item that is going to sell very, very quickly. So let's go ahead and buy up all of those. Let's check out what else we got here. So these are at 50% of the market value. We're already sitting on a few of these that we brought for around 16 silver, so we don't need any more of those at the moment. What about this right here? So these are at 52% of the market value. There's a decent amount of these posted, but they are on the BIS list, so they are going to sell very quickly. What we could do is we could invest into a bunch of these and we could buy them out all the way up to 45 silver. So we could buy all of them that are posted for around 20 silver each. Then we could resell them at 45 silver each, which I think we're going to do. Let's go ahead. We don't have any of these at the moment, so we might as well stock up on a bunch of these and we can make some profit over time selling these. And we do know that we will be able to sell these fairly easily because they are on the BIS list for a few characters. What else we got here? So now we're getting a bit higher into the percent, so we need to be a bit more careful of what we're actually buying. So what we can do here is we can just have a look and we'll see if they're worth buying. Now, I don't like to buy things over like 70% of the market value on the side. So we'll just see what sort of deals we can come across here. So the market value for this is 2 gold, 24 silver. So there wouldn't be too much profit in buying the ones for 1 gold and 85 silver. They're a bit expensive. There is one that's pretty cheap. So what we could do is we could just buy this one. And by buying this one, it's going to have us post ours a bit higher than these. But once these all sell, then we could sell it. Because for 1 gold and 24 silver, that's pretty cheap compared to the other ones. And we will be selling it for a bit more. So we'll just grab the one off the top. And we'll hold on to that until the market price gets a bit better. What else we got here? Well, the TSM operations will have us post at a profitable price. So once it sells, it will sell. What else we got here? This is 60% of the market value. How many of them are there? So there's 4 posted for 18 silver, 1 for 22, 1 23, and 24. Now technically we could buy all of these out and repost them for 47 silver each. The market value is 31 silver. That'd be a big investment. They are pretty rare though. They're from RFK and they have a pretty low drop chance. We might come back, we might run another scan and just see if we can find a bit more better deals. So now they're getting a bit high into the percent, so we don't really want to buy any of these. We want to make sure there's enough profit margin in the market value for us to make a decent profit that will make it actually worth buying. So what we can do is we can redo the scan and we can see if any more items have popped up. So we'll go ahead and do that. Then once this is done, what we'll do is we'll run some scans on the rare groups for phase 1 for the BOE gear and the BOE weapons. Then we'll do the uncommons. Then we might do some of the recipes, and then after that we will scan the materials and see what materials in phase 1 we can actually do some market resets on, or we can just buy a few of that are going to be profitable. So let's do another scan on the BIS, the BIS group, which has the BIS items, the pre-BIS, and also items that are in high demand in phase 1. If you can see down in the chat box, we have constant sales coming in, which is what we like to see. Let's actually check what is sold at the moment. So we got a few good sales here. For this one right here, we paid around 3 gold and 48 silver, and we resold one for 6 gold and 49 silver. Nice profit on that. What was our profit on this? Oh, this is a decent one for a pattern. We paid on average 27 silver for this, and we resold one for 2 gold. Oh, actually resold 2 of them, so that's 4 gold off that same recipe that we only paid 27 silver each for. Super stoked with that. Now our main goal with this challenge is to reach 1000 gold in phase 1. So we're actually going to be pretty close. Once we start building up the auction house a bit more, our main goal is to get to around about 1500 gold worth of items posted up on the auction house at once. Once we have that, we're going to sit back. We're not going to buy any more items, and we're just going to collect gold from the stuff that we're already selling. And then we should be able to have around 1 gold in our bags of actual liquid gold that we can have like inside of our bags. So that is the main goal, is to get about 1500 gold worth of items listed up in the auction house, then stop investing in more items, and then what we'll be doing then is just collecting gold, and then we should be able to get to that 1k very, very quickly. Now another tip and thing that I really like to look out for is items where there is only one posted up on the auction house. Because if you buy this out, for an example, this Raven's Claw, as you can see there's only one posted on the auction house, and it's only at 70% of the market value. Now the market value percent is a bit higher. The market value for this is 2 gold and 88 silver. However, if we're the only one that is on the auction house, we can pretty much set our price. So with the TSM operation from the flipping guide, it's going to have us posted without any competition at 4 gold and 32 silver. So it's pretty safe to buy this for 2 gold, and then we can more than double our gold for reselling it. If we even wanted to, because we're the only one on the market, we could even repost it for a much higher price and be a bit greedy. But I recommend following the operations from the flipping guide, because 4 gold and 32 silver is good profit also, and it's pretty reasonable that someone would still be happy enough to pay that sort of gold for it. So we're actually going to buy this out for 2 gold, and then we'll repost it for 4 gold and 32 silver. And another good thing about the items like that is you have no competition. So when you're selling the item, no one is going to be undercutting you, and if a sale goes out, your item is the item that is going to be sold, because there is obviously no competition. So always look out for items that have there's only one posted up on the auction house, because a lot of the time you can make a lot of gold from flipping those items. Alright, so there is a couple items that we could look into buying. For this one right here, as you can see, there's one posted for 2 gold and 44 silver. And what we could do is we could buy it for that price and then resell it for about 8 gold. So we'll go ahead and we'll actually buy that up. And then another thing here was this ring. So rings sell really well because they're actually pretty hard to come across in phase 1. So there's 2 here posted for around 15 silver. Now there's another 2 posted at the market value, we're pretty close to it, for 20 gold each. And then there's one posted for 25 gold. What we could do is we could buy both of these right here for 15 gold each. Then we could repost both of them, undercutting this guy at 20 silver. That's a 5 gold profit each one. And rings seem to sell pretty well. And then obviously this is actually on the BIS list for a few classes. So I believe we can sell this very, very quickly without having any trouble. Even though the market value is a bit higher, it would be better to get this around, say, under 10 gold. But there still is a decent amount of profit to be made from this. And I think we're going to go ahead and buy that right there. And then we'll repost it for a nice little 5 gold profit, but it should sell very quickly. Let's go ahead and check out some of the other items here. Let's go ahead and check out the rares, the other rares that aren't on the BIS list or the pre-BIS list. We'll see if there's any gems, hidden gems in these few groups right here. We'll see what is posted up. See if there's any that are really below the market value that we can make a decent amount of profit from. Alright, so looking at this, there's a few items that have definitely got my interest and are worth flipping at the moment. So there's a couple rings here. Now there's a few posted for around 1 gold 20 silver up to 1 gold 34 silver. And then the next highest is actually 1 gold and 89 silver. So what I think we're going to do is buy these, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are posted for this price, and then we'll undercut this person right here at 1 gold and 89 silver each. Let's go ahead and buy these up. Make sure we don't buy too many. So we've got 2 more to buy. Perfect. Right, moving on to the next item that took my interest was this right here. The same thing with this. We can pretty much double our gold on each one of these that we sell. As you can see, there's 3 posted for 1 gold and 50 silver. And then the rest of them posted at 3 gold. So we could buy these ones for half the price of these. So we'll go ahead and buy these 3, and then we'll repost the 3 that we got for 3 gold each. On each of those we'll double our money, so definitely worth doing. And same with this right here. This is a decent axe. What we could do is we could buy them all for 34 silver, and then we could repost at 44 silver. There's not too much profit if we did that, but what we could do is we could buy them all the way down to 58 right here, and then we could repost all of them at 58. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and buy these 2 right here. Make sure we're not buying any more than we should. Alright, perfect. So we brought the ones we want to. And then just looking, there was one more item that had a bit of profit that could be made with it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these posted for starting off around 4 gold all the way up to 4 gold and 50 silver. We could buy all of these out and then repost undercutting this person right here at 5 gold and 60 silver. Not a lot of profit in that, but this seems to sell pretty good. We've sold these in the past for a lot more also, so pretty confident paying this amount of gold for them. So let's go ahead and buy these all up. Now technically we could even buy the next one, like this one right here, for 5 gold and 60 silver, then repost them all at 6 gold and 88 silver. But this one's a bit expensive compared to the market value, so I think we'll just repost the ones we brought at this price. Now we'll move on. Let's do a big scan on the bigger groups. Now in the uncommon groups, there is a bunch of items. For an example, let's have a look. In just for the gear uncommon items, there's around 6,000, well, that are posted up on the auction house at the moment, 6,779, but there is a bit more in the group when they're all posted on the auction house. Then for the weapons for uncommon, let's go ahead and check these out. There is 1,131 up in the auction house at the moment. So let's do a big scan, and we'll go ahead and we'll scan all of these. Now this will take a little bit of time obviously, but we'll just jump on our second account while we wait for this to scan through. Doing these groups with the big groups where there's a lot of items, as you can see it's close to 8,000 items that we're scanning. You can actually find some really good hidden gems in these that are way below what they're actually worth. That can give you some really good profit. And now this has a mixture of items all the way from level 1 all the way up to level 25. So it's all for phase 1 at the moment, these groups. So a lot of the items are leveling items, or items that could be used for like level 19 twinking, and but the majority of these items are going to be bought from people leveling, which there's still a bunch of people leveling in Season of Discovery at the moment. So these items tend to sell very quickly, and you can make a decent amount of profit. And like I said before, you can find some hidden gems inside of scanning these bigger groups that pretty much scans all the BOEs that aren't in the other groups that are up on the auction house. So we'll let this scan go through. It will take a little while, but we'll jump on the second account and mess around while we wait for this to scan through. We'll go ahead and see what items we can go ahead and buy. While we've just been messing around, as you can see, the sales are constantly coming in, which we like to see. Now these patterns have been selling really good, and we only spent on average 27 silver for these. We actually sold another one for 2 gold again, so some nice profit on those right there. And then just a mixture of a whole heap of different items. Now another tip that I can give you, while you're doing these bigger scans, what you can actually do is you can actually buy the items as the scan is going. So you don't have to wait for the scan to fully complete. If an item pops up and say it's a really good deal, we can just go ahead and buy it while the scan is going, and then the scan will continue going. So you don't have to wait for the whole scan to complete. Some people actually do wait for it, and you shouldn't be waiting for these real big groups to complete, because by the time that it completes, you may have been too long and actually miss out on the good deal that you see pop up. So what I recommend doing when doing the scans on the bigger groups is actually buying the items as they pop up on the auction house. So for an example, when an item pops up that is worth buying, that is like way below the market value and meets the criteria from the flipping guide, I'll just go ahead and buy it then and there, and then I'll let the scan continue going. Oh, nice, we've had even more sales come in. What I think we're going to do though is, we don't want this episode to be too long. I just realized it's already pretty long at the moment. So what I'm going to do is spend the rest of the gold, try to spend all 77 of the gold that we have left over. And then what I'm going to be doing is basically doing a scan on the recipes, and then after that I'll do a scan on the materials once we've finished scanning all the uncommons, and then I'll show you what we end up buying, and we'll check out the total worth of the auction house after. Alright, so we ended up spending the majority of the gold. We have a few sales since we've done that. We have 40 gold in the mailbox. Oh, we still have one item we need to post. Let's go ahead and check out the total worth up in the auction house now. Alright, so 40 gold in the mailbox, and then we also have 709 gold posted up on the auction house. Alrighty, so I think this is where we'll end this episode right here. It's a pretty long episode so far, so I think this is where we'll end up. In next episode, we're going to be using the new groups and seeing how much gold we can make from them. They've been working really good at the moment, so I'm looking super forward to next episode. Now, if you have been enjoying this series, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and to remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And also, if you would like to learn exactly how to flip in Season of Discovery, also in Hardcore and Era, you can check out the Classic Flipping Guide, which will teach you everything you need to know about flipping in Season of Discovery, Era, and also in Hardcore. It'll also give you my TSM groups that you can import straight into your TSM with the groups and the operations. The operations are set up to make sure that you're posting everything profitably no matter what, so it's very beginner friendly. You just have to buy the items that meet the criteria from the flipping guide, then you simply just post with TSM and it'll have them post them at the correct price to make the most amount of profit as possible. You also will get access to a private Discord where I'll help you out personally, plus a bunch of other people are helping each other out all the time with flipping and gold making advice. Until the next one, guys, take care.